Hello, my friend. Today, I want to talk to you about something that can change your entire life. Not your job, not your environment, not even the people around you. I'm talking about your mind, the most powerful weapon you have. The problem is, most people don't know how to control it. Their mind controls them. But if you can discipline your mind, you can shape your destiny. I wasn't always like this. There was a time when my own mind used to drag me down every single day. I would wake up with good intentions, but somehow I'd end up wasting hours on things that didn't matter. I wanted to be successful, I wanted to be focused, but I couldn't control myself. Every time I promised myself to do better, I broke that promise. It was like living in a cage made by my own thoughts. One night, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I realized something painful. I wasn't lazy, I was undisciplined. And that was worse. I had dreams, but no direction. I had motivation, but no control. My mind was like a wild horse, running everywhere, but getting nowhere. That night, I made a decision. I told myself, enough. From tomorrow, I'm going to master my mind. The next morning, I woke up early. I felt excited. I made a plan. Wake up early, study for 2 hours, no distractions. But then, my phone buzzed. One notification, then another. And within minutes, I was lost again. Scrolling, watching, comparing, wasting. I realized it wasn't easy. My mind had built habits stronger than my will. It was like trying to move a mountain with a spoon. That day, I understood something powerful. You don't discipline your mind in one day. You discipline it one decision at a time. Every single time you say no to something useless, you take one step closer to power. So I began again. I turned off my phone. I sat in silence. I felt uncomfortable, but I stayed. That was the first victory. Days passed. Every day was a battle. Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost. But slowly, I started noticing changes. My mind began to listen. I started waking up early without a fight. I started focusing longer. I started feeling proud of myself. And for the first time, I realized discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. When you discipline your mind, you stop being a slave to your emotions. You stop reacting to every little thing. You begin to choose what deserves your attention and what doesn't. And that choice, my friend, that small power, changes everything. Think about it. The difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful one isn't talent. It's control. Successful people feel lazy too. They feel tired, bored, distracted. But they do what they must, not what they feel. Because they've trained their mind to obey their goals, not their emotions. I remember one day I came home completely exhausted. My body said, rest. My mind said, you've done enough. But something inside whispered, do a little more. I listened to that voice. I studied for just 1 more hour. That 1 hour didn't make me smarter, but it made me stronger. It was a reminder. I control my mind, not the other way around. You see, every time you delay comfort, every time you choose discipline over distraction, you are rewiring your brain. You are teaching it to serve you. And when your mind becomes your servant, nothing in the world can stop you. But let me be honest, it's not easy. There will be days when you'll fail. You'll wake up late. You'll break your routine. You'll feel like giving up. But that's okay. Because discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about falling 7 times and standing up 8. Every failure teaches you something your success never could. One morning, I was sitting quietly with my notebook trying to plan my day when a thought hit me. Discipline is not about doing hard things. It's about doing simple things consistently. Waking up early, reading 10 pages, exercising for 20 minutes. These are small acts. But together, They build a wall of strength around your mind. When you repeat something every day, your brain stops fighting it. It becomes natural. That's how habits are born. That's how discipline grows. You don't force it, you feed it. Slowly, gently, consistently. Over time, I started enjoying discipline. I loved the feeling of control. I loved waking up before the world. I loved checking off tasks. It wasn't about showing anyone else. It was about proving something to myself. That I was no longer weak, no longer lost, no longer controlled by my impulses. If you want to discipline your mind, start small. Wake up 10 minutes earlier than usual. Read one page. Go for a short walk without your phone. Do one thing that your lazy self doesn't want to do. Then repeat it. Day after day. Your mind will resist. It will complain. But if you keep going, it will learn to listen. And here's the truth. Once your mind is disciplined, everything else becomes easier. You'll speak better. You'll think clearly. You'll focus deeply. You'll feel calmer. Because a disciplined mind is a peaceful mind. It doesn't wander into negativity or fear. It stays in the present, doing what matters. There was a time when I used to say, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. Then one day, I realized something powerful. The future is created by what you do today, not someday, not eventually, but now. So I stopped waiting for motivation. I started acting with discipline. Motivation is like fire. It burns bright, but it fades fast. Discipline is like the sun. It rises every day. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't need excitement. It just shows up. And that's what you must do. Show up, even when it's boring. Show up, even when it's hard. Show up, even when no one is watching. The world is full of dreamers, but few finish what they start. Don't be one of those who stop when it gets hard. Be one of those who continue even when it hurts. Because discipline will take you places motivation never can. When your friends are wasting time, when your phone tempts you, when your comfort zone calls your name, remember this. Discipline is choosing your future over your feelings. Feelings are temporary, but your dreams, they last forever. And when you finally see progress, when you finally realize that you can command your own thoughts, you'll feel something you've never felt before. Power. The real kind. Not the power to control others, but the power to control yourself. That's when life changes. Not because the world becomes easier, but because you become stronger. You stop complaining. You stop making excuses. You start doing every day, no matter what. Now, whenever I face a difficult task, I tell myself, my mind will obey me. And it does. That one sentence gives me control again. And you can do the same. You just have to believe that you are stronger than your impulses. Let me tell you one thing clearly, my friend. Discipline is not about being strict. It's about being free. Free from distractions. Free from laziness. Free from regret. Because when you discipline your mind, you stop living on autopilot. You start living with purpose. So today, take a deep breath. Look around you. Think of all the things that steal your focus. Your phone, your fears, your doubts, and then decide that from this moment on, they no longer control you. You control you. Every great life begins with one decision, the decision to take responsibility. You are not a victim of your mind. You are its master. And the day you truly understand that, your entire world will change. So start today. Build your focus. Build your patience. Build your discipline. Because in the end, success doesn't belong to the smartest or the richest or the most talented. It belongs to the most disciplined. And that, my friend, can be you.